Hello everyone, my name is Katie, I'm the Introverted Reader, and today's video, if you can tell by the title, is the Netflix and books tag, which I have been wanting to do for a while, but I never actually got around to it, and I really wanted to film a video today. I don't know why, I just wanted to do something, so I've got my handy dandy notebook here, and I have the questions written down, so let's just get to it. So the first one is recently watched, the last book I finished reading. The last book that I finished reading was Jack of Hearts and Other Parts by L.C. Rawson. This is a story about a boy called Jack Rothman. He's 17 years old and he's a little bit of a party boy. He likes wearing makeup and flamboyant clothes and he loves to have sex. Like, he has a very, very active sex life. He's very unapologetic about it. And everyone at the school always talks about him. And then one day he receives this mysterious note in his locker from this person who, at first they say stuff like, "You are so cute and you look really good today. I want you to be my boyfriend, blah, blah, blah." But then the notes start to get a little bit creepy and things get a little bit dangerous. So I listened to it on audiobook actually. That's why it isn't tabbed. Yeah, I actually read it for the readathon. I finished it there, I think, during the weekend. I only had a little bit of it left, but I really, really enjoyed it. So if you haven't read this, I would recommend. It's not the best LGBTQ book in the world, but I still really enjoyed it. Okay, so next one is top picks. Recommendation based on books I have read. Well, I like to read a lot of fantasy books, and I suppose... Well, based on what I just recently finished, which is Jack of Hearts, I'll just talk about my favourite book of all time, Noah Can't Even, by Simon James Green. I'm currently reading this right now. I've got a little bit of it left. This is a reread for me. I'm rereading it for the readathon, and it's basically about this boy called Noah, and he is a social outcast in school. No one notices him. He only has one friend, and then one day this sort of popular girl is working on a project with him in school, and she asks him, "Here, do you want to come to a house party with me?" And he sort of takes this as an invitation, you know, that things could be romantic between him and this girl. But then at the party, his best friend, who happens to be a boy, kisses him. So it kind of, everything start unraveling from there. You know, it's sort of about him coming to terms with the fact that his best friend is gay, and also could he be gay as well, or is he bi, or like just all that stuff. And also as well, it's absolutely hilarious. I've never laughed so much while reading a book, honestly, so definitely this one. Recently added, last book you bought. The last book that I bought, and I didn't think I was ever gonna buy this. Like, every single time I went into Waterstones, it would be there, just staring at me, and I was just like, do you know what? Enough is enough. Let's just buy it. And that book is Nocturna by Maya I don't know how to pronounce that author's last name, and I don't really want to attempt it because I might butcher it, but there is her last name there. I don't know what this book is about. I assume it's fantasy. It's about one of our main characters is a face shifter. She can obviously change what her face looks like, and I think she's done it that many times she doesn't really know what her own face looks like. And there's a prince as well who can do magic, but it's like forbidden or something. I don't know, but it's a good thick fantasy book, and I don't know when I'm gonna get to it. It's nice and floppy. We love floppy paperbacks in this house, so yeah, I don't know when I'm gonna get to read that, but we'll sure. The next one, popular on Netflix, a book that everyone knows about. Well, this book in particular, I am seeing everywhere on BookTube right now, and you'll probably either smile or roll your eyes when I lift it up, but Red, White and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. This is basically sort of like an alternate reality contemporary about these two boys. One is the son of the first female president of the United States, and the other one is the Prince of Wales. They're called Alex and Henry. Yeah, Alex and Henry. And basically these two have always had a long ongoing sort of long ongoing feud where they just do not like each other. There's been scandals about them like everywhere, but then there's like this moment where they basically have to attempt to get along, and they sort of blossoms into friendship and it blossoms into a romance. I have heard that it's quite steamy. There's quite a little bit of smut in here, so yeah, there's that too. So this is definitely adult. This is not for the young of heart. I have not read it yet. I'm kicking myself. Like, I really wanted to read it during Pride Month, but I didn't. I ended up not getting to it. But yeah, everyone is talking about this and how wonderful it is, and I do want to get to it soon. The next question. Comedies. A funny book. Well, I could show you Noah Can't Even, but I already showed you that. So I'm going to go with Alice in Wonderland, again, by Simon James Green, which I read. Did I read this during Pride Month? I think I did. Oh my goodness. Simon James Green just writes these books that are so funny. Like, I barely got 20 pages into this before I was like laughing so hard I had tears in my eyes. Like, I'm not even kidding. It's absolutely hilarious. I love it. And anything else that Simon James Green is going to come out with in the future, I think I saw via his Twitter that he's working on something else, and I'm so excited. But yeah, his books are absolutely hilarious. I would recommend this one and Noah as well. Just so funny. The next one is Drama, a character who is a drama queen / king. I wasn't too sure what book I wanted to pick for this, but to be honest, I think I would probably have to go for Noah. Again, I know I've literally done nothing but talk about this book this entire video, but I love it so much. Noah is a drama queen, point blank. Like, he definitely overreacts a lot, does a lot of shouting, does a lot of freaking out and waving of the hands and being like, oh my goodness, this is the worst thing that's ever happened to me ever, like, like, he's just, but not in a bad way. It's never ever in a bad way. It's just, it's hilarious and it's endearing. Animated, a book with a cartoon on the cover. I'm not entirely sure if this counts as a cartoon, but I picked Carry On by Rainbow Rowell. This is the sort of like rebrand of the paperback of this book, and they look quite cartoonish, right? I mean, if you were looking at this and you didn't think it was a full-length novel, you would think it was a graphic novel. So yeah, they look kind of cartoonish, right? I don't know. I mean, in my mind they do, but that's what I went with. Watch It Again. A book or book series that you want to reread. Now, there's a couple of books that have been on my mind that I kind of want to reread, but I don't know why, but I kind of want to reread The Mortal Instruments. I don't know why, but this is like the OG series this is one of those like OG series that I read like post Twilight. Like, I had read Twilight and I was sort of in between House of Night books, and I was just looking for something to read. I was an angsty teenager that wanted to read more urban fantasy about vampires, and there's vampires in this. I didn't fully realize what this was all about. I just saw the word vampires on the back and I was like, oh, there's vampires in this, gimme. So, but I've actually reread City of Bones twice. So I think I would definitely want to just like reread it again and the rest of the series just for old time's sake. Don't know why. Just, I don't know, maybe another readathon in the future. Maybe. I'll just put these down on my knees so they're not blocking you. The next question in this tag is documentaries, a non-fiction you would recommend. Now, I'm going to go for a non-fiction that I just recently read about a month or so ago, and that is the Try Guys book, The Hidden Power of Effing Up. I listened to this via audiobook. I think I mentioned it. I think I read it in June. I had a really amazing reading month in June. It was amazing. It was wonderful. I read this via audio and it was just it was funny. It was wholesome. It was just It was just wonderful. Like, and also the Try Guys, they go into like personal stories about themselves and their lives, and like a little bit about their families as well, and I thought that was really sweet. Along with this one as well, I would also recommend the Fab Five wrote a book. I think it's just called Queer Eye or something, like Live Your Best Life or something like that, and it's written by the Fab Five, and I would recommend the audiobook of that as well, because we love Queer Eye in this house. Now, the next question, action and adventure, an action-packed book. Well, I couldn't really think of any other ones, but one I recently just read, and one of my favorites of this year, Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi Adeyemi. This has so much packed in here. Like, there was never once when I was reading this was I ever bored. Like, usually in a big, huge, close to 500-page book like this, there's a little bit of a lull. Do you know what I mean? Like, where not much happens and you get kind of bored and you kind of have to wait for the action to pick up again. For me, reading that never ever happened. Like, I was never bored. I was hooked from the very, very beginning. I adore this story, and I just adore these characters so much, and I'm so excited for the sequel to come out. I'm not sure when the sequel is coming out, but I'm so excited. The last question, new releases. Book that has come out or is coming out that you want to read. A book that is coming out that I want to read is two. Wayward Son by Rainbow Rowell, that should be coming out soon, and Chain of Gold by Cassandra Clare. This is the first book in one of her new trilogies that she's doing within the Shadowhunter world. When they come out, I definitely want to read those. And another one that a lot of people have been talking about as well, Again But Better by Christine Riccio. Christine Riccio is a booktuber. She is of the channel Poland Bananas Books. I've been subscribed to her for about 5, maybe 6 years now, and she recently came out with this during the summer, and I still have yet to read it. I have heard mixed things. Some people really, really love it. Some people are about it, and some people hate it. But you know what? I'm going to go into this myself and see what it's about. I don't know when I'm going to get to it. Maybe I'll try and get to it soon, because I do really want to read it, because it's Christine's book, and I really love Christine's videos, and she herself seems like a lovely human being. I've never met her personally, but seems like a lovely human being. I'm just going to set these over here so nothing falls. Anyway, that is the Netflix and books tag. I had fun doing this. I love doing book tags. So yeah, and actually my question for you is, let me just pick one of these questions real quick, because I want to know, okay, we'll go with recently watched. What was the last book you finished reading, and what did you think about it? Was it a flop? Was it a 5-star read? Let me know. I am still taking part in the Introverted Readathon. That's a mouthful. I'm still taking part in it. I'm still, I'm listening to the audiobook for Slated by Terry. I'm on, I think, like chapter 10 or 11 of that. I have nearly finished Noah, as you can see. I only have a little bit left of that to read. And then I still have to read Dreamwalker by J.D. Oswald. So I don't know if I'm going to get all 3 of those finished this week. Let's see. Fingers crossed. If you're taking part in the readathon, let me know how you're doing. So yeah, that is a Netflix and books tag. Let me know down there. What was the last book that you finished reading? Please follow me on Instagram. Please follow me on Twitter. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.